This is my grandfather. On the 11th of December, 2012, he will be 95 years old. He is my only living grandparent. Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of kids, they get all caught up in their the internet and digital technology and video games and what's going on now. I think when they get older, though, they might regret, the time that they didn't spend with their grandparents, or the time that they didn't, engage with people that they can no longer engage with. Like, there's I think there's a lot that can be learned from past generations that people don't always take full advantage of. He is a retired medical doctor and has lived his life in service of others.
There were so many people that were sick that needed help. Somebody needed to do it, and I decided that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I used to average 4 house calls a day. The most I ever did in one day was 10. Back in the days when there was a flu epidemic or something, everybody was sick.
He was also a medic during World War II.
We were in a convoy, and I was always at the end of the line as a medical officer. He was the last one that got flagged down because I had a flag on my Jeep and the Red Cross, and this people flagged me down, and wondered what they could do, and they pointed to a fellow laying way out there 100 yards, laying on the ground. Had been shot by a sniper, and I said, well, bring him in and we'll take care of him. And his aidmen would not go get him. They were afraid to go out there. So I picked up, we had a litter on our Jeep, and I picked up one end of it, asked one of my men to pick up the other end, and we'd go get him. So we did. We went out there and got him. And one of my men picked up the red flag that's on my Jeep and went with us. And we picked him up, no problem, brought him back and sent him back to the rear, because we never knew where anybody to go because we were moving. But there was always an ambulance behind us somewhere. And so we always took them back and gave it to them. They knew what to do with it. Yeah. What I've done in my lifetime is what I had to do.
My grandmother was a founding member of the Fort Smith Historical Society, and my grandfather started the Fort Smith Trolley Museum.
It all started with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
They were, my wife and 2 or 3 other ladies started a historical society. And I don't remember the exact year, but it's on record. And they were sitting in my kitchen, and they made a statement after they decided to form one. Now, and actually, the word for word, they said, now that we've got a historical society, what we're going to write about. And I happened to be there, and I said, why don't you write about the streetcar? Because I remember them as a child. We lived in Greenwood and used to come to Fort Smith, and I remember seeing the streetcars, and I think I rode them a time or two whenever the family wanted to go somewhere. But anyway, and they said, yeah, that's a good idea. And a few minutes it says, why don't you do the research? Right then I knew I was in trouble.